Hey everyone, welcome back to the garden. Today I'm going to be doing a bit of a recap from a really old project that I did, and that had to do with my capsicums and my chili plants. Now in 2021 I managed to grow some capsicum and chili plants from seeds, and in 2022, at the end of the summer season, I decided that I was going to dig them out and put them into pots and put them in the greenhouse and see how they go. Because I had discovered with some research that if I can, they will actually last between 2 to 3 years, the plants themselves. So I did that in the beginning of April in 2022. I dug them out and I put them into pots, and then I took them up and put them into the greenhouse, and I have been nursing them ever since. So for the last 6 months, I've had them sitting in the greenhouse here. When I put them in, I took all the fruit off. I actually, at the beginning of the summer months, actually got a whole heap of chilies and a whole heap of capsicums I was able to use. During the colder parts of the months, they didn't produce any fruit. But now that the greenhouse itself is starting to warm up, there is days that it hits 30 degrees in the greenhouse. So they are now producing some more fruit and giving me some more food to eat. So now that I've given you a bit of a catch up and what's going on in the greenhouse, I will link the video for that at the end, the original video where I transplanted them. And this is the update in the greenhouse, with a couple of little other things happening in there as well on how the capsicum and the chili plants are getting on. If you want to see how these chilies and capsicums go over the next season, which is the summer months coming up, because they will be very soon being pulled out of the greenhouse. Some of them will go into the ground and some of them I will be leaving in the pot. So if you want to do that, you're going to have to hit that subscribe button and ring a bell, and you're just going to have to hang around and find out what happens with them. I haven't really been in the greenhouse an overly lot. I've just been watering it when it needs to be and just letting it be. So I can see the tomatoes are doing really well. I can't find my snail pellet box. I don't know what I've done with it. So I'm just doing a bit of a check for snails while I'm here, because their pellets are just pretty much out in the trays. But you can see they're doing really well. They've sprouted nicely. They should, now that we are getting some warmer days, really take off. This stuff I've got here is an artichoke that I bought. I've never grown artichokes before. First time for a lot of things this year. I have some jalapeno chilies in here that I'm trying out as well. And this one is another capsicum. It's a sunbell capsicum, a yellow one. I don't have any of them. And this is a habanero that I'm trying out as well. Finding a lot of ways of putting chili into meals, and chili is a really good thing for you. So this weed, this is not a plant, this is the grass. I'm having issues with it. The more I water, the bigger it grows. But you can see the big chili plant here is still doing really quite well. I've actually got teeny tiny little red chilies that are ready for picking. But it did flower not long ago. You can see all the flowers here. So we should get another batch of chilies. It is almost time to pull them out of the greenhouse and put them outside, either in their pots or back into the ground. In case you're wondering what this is a frangipani.
It didn't do really well out on the veranda, so it's going to have to come in here during the winter months. I had 2, but 1 died. You can see my capsicums. I've got a couple in the corner here that are struggling, I think. This one's not actually getting much water. Yep, the retic system is not watering, so I'll have to fix that. Same with that one. And all the way across the back I'm having that same issue, not getting enough water. The plants on the front here that are getting water, I have capsicums growing everywhere. I have chillies growing everywhere. These are from the ones that I had in here over winter. So guys, if you want to see that video, I'll link that down the bottom in the description for you, how I put them in here. But yeah, so we're going to have a whole bunch of really nice chilies soon. These can be picked green, or you can leave them till they go red. Heaps of capsicums. These are a little small on the size of capsicum because the plants are a little small from being in the pots. So I'm probably going to plant some of them out into the ground. Look at them all. They're just everywhere. And let's see how they do. This one was struggling and it's come back. It's actually even got a chili on it. A pepper capsicum on it now. This chili plant, still waiting for him to flower, but it looks like it's getting a whole bunch of new leaves. There's a red capsicum ready for picking up here. And yeah, so whoa, look at the size of this chili. So they are doing really well in here. I am having some issues with some water down the back there. I'll shuffle them around in a second. But I'm going to have capsicums that I can use very shortly, and chilies as well. So I've had a really early start on these for the year. These will be probably the end of October before I get these out in the ground. I need to make sure that there is no frost and that the snails have finished for the year, because they still keep coming out with the rain and the cold evenings that we're having.
So how amazing is that, guys? I have actually managed to keep my chili plants alive through the cold winters. Where I'm located in the southwest of Western Australia, the temperatures can get down to 5 degrees and down to 0 degrees sometimes. On the rare occasion, we will actually have negative numbers here as well. And that's the kind of thing that will kill your chili plants and a lot of your warmer weather crops, which is what chilies are. So having wintered these in the greenhouse over summer, it has meant that I have had a really early start to the season with the chilies and capsicums, and I can tell you right now, I cannot wait to be doing a whole bunch of different things with the chilies and the capsicums. And the capsicums are going to be a learning curve this year, because I didn't actually preserve any of them last year, but this year I'm hoping to get some of these capsicums preserved, because I've so early in the season that the plants are already producing. I am going to have way more capsicums than I know what to do with throughout the coming months. If you really want to check out what I'm going to be doing with all these chilies that I'm growing, because you have seen that there is at least half a dozen plants of various types of chilies, you're going to have to hit the subscribe button and just wait till I've got enough chilies in the freezer again and start making my chili concoctions. I do things from chili sauce, so a homemade sweet chili sauce, frozen chilies you can just cut up and throw straight into your cooking, chili oil, cowboy candy, and I'm hoping to come up with a few new varieties of ways of preserving the chilies this year, such as chili powder and chili flakes. But if you want to come along with the journey for that, you're also going to have to head on over to Preserving with Mumma Bear or Cooking with Mumma Bear, which of those links will be down in the description for those channels, so that you can keep up to date with what I'm preserving, what's growing in the garden, and how I'm cooking with it. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this one, and until next time, happy gardening!